Today I'm at the Royal Academy in London to film a review of Souls Grown Deep Like Rivers, black artists from the American South. Let's head in and see what this thing's like. So here we are inside the ante-room of the exhibition. Souls Grown Deep Like the Rivers, black artists from the American South. So the exhibition presents work of black artists between 1887 and 1965. Artists born between 1887 and 1965, who spent their lives and forged their careers in the American South. So here we are, strolling through the first room. Friendships and family ties, this room is called. It's actually pretty interesting so far. We've got a nice, diverse array of work from these kind of sculptures that are quite cool and quite interesting. There's some really nice drawings over there actually. So I'm only discussing what it says about room 1 and going through the rooms in order and filming the pieces here so I can give my review of the exhibition, which I'll do as we go around. There's a quick review of this room from 1. I think it's rather good. Exciting, colourful, fun, interesting, entertaining, surprisingly fresh, enjoyable. Lots of different textures, you know, really gives a sort of vibe of the imagination being used. Entertaining, really good. This drawing down here, I really like this drawing. It's really cool. Like it's got a lovely sort of scrubbed down kind of, you know, charcoal vibe rubbed back. It's kind of really nice, I like that. With that kind of brushed away feeling to it. I think it's the same guy, Thornton Dial, did them all up here. And on slavery, the one on top's called. And Katrina is on the bottom. I like the one on the bottom much more. I think it's a really good drawing. Again, Thornton Dial, Styles of Everything, 2004. I mean, that is really weird. Quite entertaining. What is that thing? It looks like some weird mongoose. But it's very, well, I don't know, I guess that's quite the right thing, but it's kind of fun, entertaining, colourful, memorable. And then you come around merrily and off quilts. Obviously with Tracy having all that stuff, quilts and the rest of it have become fashionable, haven't they? So these would be falling into that kind of fashionable thing. 2007, yeah, so it's made quite recently actually. On Thornton Dial again. These are quite cool, actually quite like these, 2011. They've obviously got a reference to those like big Matisse sculptures of the backs of people. But they're quite a fun play on that idea. With just the trees, what's that material? Sort of weird. It looks like some kind of carpet. And the wood and the metal hammered into it, each one the same thing. Actually kind of quite... I mean, also visually I quite like them. Actually, one thing about this show so far, it is actually visually quite good. Not just, what would you say, on paper. This is a really fun sculpture. Again, I like the colours of this. Black and white. This is him, Thornton Dial again, 1990, King of the Jungle. Some more kind of crazy sculptures over here. Lonnie Holly. Kind of disintegrating chair and a board. This one's more wild, copying The Rock. I don't know, it made me laugh. But maybe I'm thinking about The Rock, like the film star. But it's, I can't say what it says, it's like something, it's like laughing in hell. Keeping a record of it, I think this is the one that's on the front of the exhibition. Oh yeah, that's cool, it's a record player with a little animal skull inside it. It's actually quite neat how that works and fits together. It's a sculpture, I'm not sure it's the best sculpture, but I suppose the colour's quite nice. Actually, when you've got the shadow down there behind it, it's actually not bad at all. Quite like that, with the shadow. Okay, so this is the second room. Personal stories, local sources. As I said before, I'm only using the images here, filming the images so I can give a review of the exhibition. This is room 2, not as good as room 1, it's alright. The images, the pictures aren't quite as striking. I think the sculptures are by far the best bit of this room. Interesting, quirky, entertaining, quite bizarre, genuinely extraordinary. especially that weird one. It looks a bit like a cross between a dog and one of those stick insect things. That bit, I'm really enjoying like that. I like that. It's really cool. Yeah, it's still a fun room, but I think the sculptures far outweigh the rest of the other bits in room 2. It's good, nothing like as good as room 1. Quite interesting, the text on these pieces today is actually radically different to the normal text you get in each room. Normally you're being guided in a certain direction to be focused on how to interpret what's here. But the text on the walls today, I'd say, is very, very different. It's actually just very, very practical, telling you what's going on, which is quite strange and more refreshing in a way. This is an absolutely crazy self-portrait by Mose Tolliver, but it's highly entertaining. Look at it. Also rather nice colours, actually. Oh, that's weird. That's a marker, paint and paper tag on television picture tube. I'm not entirely sure what a picture tube is. Oh, it's the back of the TV. That's quite cool. When you come around here, you can see it. Interesting. It's actually rather a nice surface to paint on. It's kind of quite glossy. Quite cool, that one. Oh man, this is really cool. Found wood. Look at that found wood. Midnight. It looked like, oh man, that is such a weird thing. That is like halfway between a massive ant and a sort of weird like an insect. That's so cool. That's really cool. Really interesting, because it's like quite alive, that beast, with its crazy eyes. Really like that. It's kind of funny and fun and kind of quite serious and frightening at the same time. This is also good. I do like the hat. You've got such a friendly little sort of face in here, like a sort of moose. And now at the top you've got that hat, which is actually more frightening and scary. Kind of strange, actually, but kind of both at once enigmatic, friendly, quaint and scared, with those little lost arms waving in the air like a sort of Henry Moore sculpture. Look, there's a little salamander down here. Quite intriguing. What God, then you got these mad heads. Oh, actually mad little like coffin things underneath them. But the heads are memorable. I like these sculptures as well. Really enjoying the sculptures in this room. Really cool bird and these two dancing people, as it's called dance. It's nice. It feels quite joyous, quite positive, quite exciting, quite fresh. Okay, so we're in the last room now. This is called the Yard Show. And again, here we are, room 3, only showing you films and images so I can review the exhibition. It's, again, not as good as room 1. I think room 1 is by far the best. Really good bit, the quilts. The quilts at the far end, absolutely fantastic. Really nice colours. Kind of, you know, again, it's a bit of a cliched contemporary art thing, using the quilts, Tracy Emin, all that sort of stuff. You know, instead of a canvas, you use a quilt. But certainly, and I guess within this exhibition there was no access to materials such as canvas, so the quilt was almost forcibly used, not necessarily as a proposed contemporary art decision. But the quilts are great, they look really good. The other part of the room is alright, it's fine. Got some quite nice colourful paintings on the right hand side as you walk in, and a couple of good sculptures. The sculptures almost outweigh a lot of the pieces in this show. The actual more traditional artwork, as it were. The sculptures are rather good, and I think the quilts are. So room 3, fine. Are these by different people? I see Gandalf Petway, Loretta Petway Bennett. I think it must be like a cooperative of quilt makers, but I'm guessing that the community was able to remain intact due to government loans provided during the Depression. Interesting. Oh, this is it's quite interesting sculpture here, isn't it? I'm not sure entirely what it's made of. Welded found metal. Look like massive pairs of scissors. Actually, again, with the shadows. Look kind of cool. Right, well, that's it. It's actually a really good fun, interesting show. Enjoyed it. It's actually worth coming to, I think, because of the variety of what's here. It's interesting to see all sorts of different things, oh, it's really pretty actually, that quilt there with the pinks and the blues. But you get a real variety of things here. Textures, colours, pieces, and it feels quite fresh. It doesn't feel ground down, it feels quite fresh and exciting as you wander around.